My name is Natalie and I have an interview with the main frontman of the band Hatriot on April 9th, 2013. Can you introduce yourself and tell me what you do in the band and how long has the band been around?
Well, I am Zetro Souza, and I'm the lead singer. And the band has been around since 2010. It was put together by our lead guitar, we both play lead, but our main guitar player, Costa Varvitaki, and myself.
Great. Where is the band based out of, and what's the music scene like there? And do you have any bands that you would recommend checking out?
We're from the Bay Area. I don't know we were kind of more East Bay. We're not really from San Francisco. We're more Oakland, more area closer to. And the scene's okay. The local scene's been kind of dead lately. It's not like it was back in the day. But if there's a good show coming around, people will go see it. There's bands that are good local bands like Angerhead and Mudface and Potential Threat. Those are some good local bands to go check out.
All right. How did you guys come up with your band's name?
Well, I used to play in a band called Exodus. And in one of the songs on the last record, Temple of the Damned, the song is called Star Spangled Banner, there was a line in the song that goes, "I'm no patriot, just a hatriot." So I'm no longer with that band. I just kind of loved that word. So that's where it came from, young lady.
Great. Is there a story or concept behind your new album, Heroes of Origin?
Not necessarily a concept. There's a lot of different stories on the record. There's everything from social things that we deal with every day in life to things that I see on TV to things I see on the streets to vampires. So there's all kinds of different elements. Anything that's dark and sick and twisted, I like to write about.
Great. Select 2 songs from that album and tell me what inspired the lyrics for them.
Okay, well, I'm going to give the shout-out since I've already said something about vampires. And Shadows of the Buried is, I love horror, any type of horror, monster movie, whatever, anything from Frankenstein, especially the classics. Always love those. So Shadows of the Buried is my kind of anthem to Barnabas Collins, who was Dark Shadows, a vampire in a show called Dark Shadows. In fact, they made a movie out of it last year. Johnny Depp played Barnabas Collins. But they had a show in the 60s. It's called Dark Shadows. And I've always loved him. I actually have a tattoo on my arm. And he's one of my heroes, and I love him forever, Barnabas. So the show is called Dark Shadows, and I couldn't call the song that, so I called the song Shadows of the Buried. Obviously, vampires are buried, so. And then another song that we are actually releasing a song about the Countess Bathory, and the song is called Enter Children to Be Damned. And that's kind of just about a true story about a woman who lived in the 1500s in the Romanian hills, and she killed virgin children and bathed in their blood because she thought that it would keep her youth. And so, kind of another sick and twisted story. So there are 2 songs and 2 things that deal with on the record.
Sounds like my type of songs.
Good.
Who produced this album and what was it like working with them?
Well, we used Juan Urquiega, and we've known him for years just from being one of the producers in the scene. And he had done the last 2 Machine Head records and also the last Testament album. And we're aware of what he's done. We've always been friends with him. I have anyway. And I've always wanted to have him work on a project of mine. So it just worked out that he lives in the Bay Area so that we didn't have to go fly anywhere or do anything, spend money like staying somewhere to record the album. It worked out really well. So we have, that was the root.
All right. Who did the cover artwork for the album and how much input did you have to say for it?
I have a ton of input. I tell them exactly what I want. That's everything in this band. I drive the Cadillac. Mark DeVito, who's an amazing artist. I've worked with Mark for years. I mean, 30 years I've worked with Mark. He's done stuff for Vicious Rumors and Motorhead.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good artist, and he's actually doing the second album cover as well. I like working with him. He did it, and we kind of told him, I said, I want us on the cover, and we're, stamping through the lines of war, and I thought he captured it really well.
It sure looks that way. What?
It does.
What lyrical theme do you guys use in your music, and what message do you want to send out?
No real theme or messages. I think each song speaks for themselves. You know what I mean? I think you can read the lyrics and understand what we're trying to put across. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Weapons of Class Destruction are about the types of the kids that go into schools and shoot kids up and tear apart their schools. We just had that kind of issue in Littleton, Connecticut. So it hits kind of close to home. So anything social, anything that's that impacts me in a way. A movie can impact me in a certain way, and I want to write it out of a television show. Mm-hmm. The song, The Violent Times of My Dark Passenger, is about Dexter. I don't know if you watch that show. It's on Showtime. About a serial killer.
Yeah.
Named Dexter. Well, that's what that song is about. So anything intriguing is kind of, so no real themes or anything, just brutal, awesome thrash metal music. Serious stuff.
What bands have influenced your band and its sound?
I think anything in heavy metal. We've stolen from everybody so far. So I'd say more of the classic thrash bands. Obviously, I played in Testament and in Exodus. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of those influences in there, as long as Slayer, Megadeth, Creator. Those bands are bands that I've come up along with. Also the bands I look up to.
All right. You guys are signed to Massacre Records. How did this all happen?
Well, when you get a demo out, you take packages and you send packages to record labels. And record labels either say yay or nay. And there was a few record labels that said yay, and they really wanted it. They were very, very excited. They knew what I've done in the past, and they actually treated us really well and done everything they said they were going to do.
Great.
So we're pretty pleased.
Well, that's great. You, of course, mentioned that you were in the band Exodus and even Testament. If, for some odd reason, they were to come back to you, either band, and say, hey, come back, would you do it or say no?
No, definitely not.
Really?
Yeah, too much. Yeah, really. I put too much work into this band. Why would I let these kids down? This band, both of the drummer and the bass player of Hatriot are my sons. Mm-hmm. Why would I let them down? I wouldn't want to do that. Well, the kids have worked too hard. To go back to what we used to do, I've been there, done that.
Yeah, I hear what you mean. Nah, I was just wondering because lately, you know how bands are. They kick out a member and then like a year to 2 years, they come back.
A year later, the old guy who used to be back there, who was there 15 years ago, is back. I know. Not in this case. I'm sorry, Natalie, that wouldn't happen.
All right.
I'm too positive about what's going on with Hatriot right now. I'm very proud and I'm really excited. So to stop that momentum would be foolish, really.
Would you consider bringing your new band to play with those guys, or no, not even that?
Oh, no, I don't have a problem with playing with any of them. I don't have a problem playing with anyone.
All right.
That would be great. That would be actually fun. I don't have any problems with that. I just don't want to play with them. That's not my choice. I would play with my band with them. I like that.
All right. You had mentioned earlier that, your songs are, of course, very dark and stuff. But lately I've noticed that a lot of bands take that route of dark, music or devil worshipping or whatever. But it made me think, are these bands really worshipping the devil, or is it all about image? What is it about the devil and upside down crosses and the 666 symbol and all that crap that really wants them to use it? I even know a few techno bands that are using that symbol, and it's like, wow, you guys aren't heavy metal and you're using this? People are going to look at you like, what the heck?
Honestly, I don't think heavy metal even uses it anymore. When I say dark subjects, I don't have anything about the devil on the record, not one thing.
Yeah.
So it's just darker subjects, Mm-hmm. I don't write love songs. I write no love songs. You know what I mean? So don't, and I don't think, and there's nowhere on our record, I think in our shield, it's pentagram. That's obviously a cliche thing. I could think you can steal off of that, but we don't delve on 666. We don't, and I'm not a Satanist. I don't believe in God or Jesus Christ, but I'm not a Satanist. So.
Alrighty then. What can the fans expect to see from you guys for this year?
We're actually starting to book dates all around the United States and in Europe, so hopefully they'll be seeing us, and we are going to kick their ass.
All right. And would you like to say or add anything to the fans out there?
Love all the metal fans that have supported me for almost 30 years of my metal career journey. And I am not finished, peoples. I am not finished. I got a whole bunch of new metal to spew on the world, and I got a brand new band with a brand new. These kids are hot. One of the hottest musicians I've ever worked with. So the way I explain it is I got a brand new hot rod. I'm ready to roll down the street. So that's what's going to happen. So look for us, because we're going to be coming, and we're not going anywhere. We'll be around for quite some time.